Yeah, it's an interesting question. I was asking myself that question actually last week. My name is Heidi Stalla, and I'm a faculty member at Yale-NUS College. I was an extremely shy child. I didn't really speak above a whisper until I was 12 years old. I was known for that. I was premature, so very, very early, probably 6 or 7 weeks early. Almost didn't make it. My mother almost didn't make it, but pulled through. I think memories start around age 3 or 4. So my first memories are actually the move to Jordan. And I believed that I was some kind of Jordanian American until I left. The U.S. has always felt slightly foreign. So I've spent most of my life, even my adult life, outside. So the Middle East does feel very much like home. It was a big part of my life because it was, I think, a big part of our family identity. My mother was the national Jordanian tennis coach and coached King Hussein. And so as a very, very little kid, I would go with her on all of her trips with him and be on the sidelines when she was coaching. So I played tennis every morning with my father. So we got up at 5 in the morning because it was really hot. And we played until 7, and then I went to school. And then I would have matches in the afternoon that my dad would set up with other expat men. And I had this dream of playing on the Stanford tennis team because my mother had done that. And then I went to Sri Lanka, where there was a lot of tennis, for a year and played on the Sri Lanka national tennis team. And then sort of miraculously managed to do it. No, I was number 9 or 10 on the team as a freshman, not on scholarship, but was able to work my way up into the top 8 and have a scholarship my last year. When you move around so much, you look for something that's the same, right? I'm not sure that I could say I ever loved tennis. I think it was a love-hate relationship for me. As far back as I can remember, and I read diaries, and I write in the diaries, I want to grow up and win Wimbledon someday, and I want to be a novelist. I want to live in China and adopt a little girl. Those are my 3 goals when I was little, but loved writing and expressing myself. It was always poetry, though. I wrote poems obsessively all the way through college until I got to grad school, and then I stopped. I haven't written a poem since age 24. So I first read Woolf in high school when I was at boarding school in Massachusetts. I think it was as a junior or a senior, maybe. And I read To the Lighthouse, and I'm sure I didn't understand it at the time. I remember a connection again with language, poetry and the rhythm, something about the rhythm of Woolf's words and sentences at that point was really striking to me. And my responses to Woolf were always creative, imitate her style and the way that I thought that she put ideas together. And at Stanford, I took a class on Woolf, which I didn't like. And again, in a typical stubborn way, just decided to study Woolf on my own. I think we're born completely formed, and then it's just a matter of exploring and pushing ourselves. I think of myself as somebody with a lot of fears, and at the same time, as somebody who loves challenging and overcoming those fears. I love teaching, I love design. I think about classroom design in the same way that I would think about putting together an essay or putting together a book. When you ask me the question, why do I write? And now you ask me the question, why would I teach? I think it's the same answer, just because that's what I love to do.